Hello everyone, welcome back to the Trinity Stamps channel. If you are new here, I'm Cassie. Let's see who's here today. We've got Carol. Hi Carol, hey Pam. Hi Melissa, and Mary Hunt, and Pauline, and Vicky. We have quite a crowd today. I'm so excited. Hi Cheryl, Boonville, Missouri. Yeah, it's chilly here today too. Ooh. Yeah. Some of y'all work, but we picked noon so that maybe some of you, I know it's Central Time, but some of y'all might be able to catch, some of you from different countries that might be able to catch, in the middle of the day or, on lunch break or whatnot. So I'm very, very, very excited. Hi, Mary Wilson. How are you? All right, everybody. So as I said in the title, if you read the title, we're going to be making some simple 4-bar cards. We're going to be using just one stamp set. Well, technically it's like 2 stamp sets because I wanted the sentiments from another. But let's show you what we're using. This is the brand new Cozy Bear Sweet Shop, and it goes along with all the other little Cozy Bears, which I love. And then I did bring in last month, or a couple months ago release. This is the Simply Sentimental Thank You. As I said, these are like, it's your day off, kitty, woo! As I said, these are like staple stamp sets for me, and they just came out with a Simply Sentimental Love, so I'm like, yay! But I wanted to make some thank yous because I am almost all out of thank yous. So I've got the thank you, and then we're going to bring in the Love Dani paper collection, which I love it because it's rainbows, and, right, it's rainbows. Can't go wrong with rainbows. And then the 4-bar envelope builder. This may be a new obsession for me because I love the smaller size. But of course, anything we make today can be translated into a bigger size, just fun. You have a box of 4-bar card bases that you forgot about. Boom, 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 lady. There you go, Pam. That's awesome. Okay. All right, so next, then I also have some embellishments going on here, and I'm going to pull those in as we need those, but let's jump into it. I went ahead to save a little time. I stamped out my images. As you well know, I like to do that, and I went ahead and die cut them also because that just, otherwise, you'd be sitting here watching me all day long, and maybe some of you would get very, very bored with that. So let's kind of bring ourselves in. Like I said, I went ahead and stamped them out. That might be too far. And then I've got a whole array of colors that I've picked out. So let's get started with our little bears. I wanted them to be some little black bears. So we've got I want W5 and W7 for our little black bears. So what is everybody up to? It's the middle of the week. Well, sometimes I use 4-bar simply because I don't have tons to say, but I definitely want whoever I'm sending it to know that I'm thinking of them. So I feel like 4-bar is really good for that. It sends this fun little thing that you made, but you don't have to put like, a whole, not that you wouldn't want to correspond, but sometimes you just want to be like, hey, I'm thinking of you. And that's enough. You don't always have to have, big, long conversation. So I do like 4-bar for that reason. And thank you, of course, is another great reason, and that's what we're making today. But I just love these little Cozy Bears. So I've got our W7, and yeah. But that's why I like them, because like I said, I don't always have tons to say, and sometimes it's just a matter of, I just want you to know I'm thinking of you. You thought it was Thursday all morning? Been there. I know the bears, Melissa, right? It is interesting, isn't it, Pauline? It's not one of those things that I would normally do either, because the card base itself would be cut down to 5x7. So you can get 2 out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, which is great. And then you have extra strips for, sentiments or coloring or whatever the case may be. So that's another reason why I like them. All right, and then we'll just do their little noses in black as well. Not going too crazy there. And obviously we got lots of little candy. I've got a 2 blend for pretty much every color, but I haven't 100% decided if we're going to do it that way. So I'll put these little colors up on the screen for y'all. Yeah, so glad to have an extra day. I'm telling you. So yesterday I went and did some crafting that was opposite of stamping. I went and made a candle. There's just so much here to do in this town that, I mean, it's almost overwhelming sometimes. And I'm a part of a group that goes crafting, and, you know, they've got a bunch of different ways to get together, but that's one of them, and I love doing the crafting with them. So it was so much fun. We went and made these candles, and then afterwards we went next door to this a little like a French bakery. I couldn't eat anything there, but I did have some tea, so that was nice. All right, let's do some W8 for his sleeves as well. I only looked over because I feel like the boys are probably getting into something. And I don't need to do all of him because I'm actually going to hide him behind. We're going to hide him behind there. You've never heard of 4-bar. Okay, well, yeah, they're like the little thank yous that you would get at the store even. But those are so expensive. So, I mean, if you're going to spend that, you might as well just make them, right? I'm thinking of candy. Oh, I'm always thinking of candy. You can't remember why. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really move as quickly as I used to either. That's for show. That's for show. So, all right. And then let's do his little pants as some blue. And when I get into coloring the candy, it's going to be pretty quick just because, you know, some of it's just so tiny and I don't want to go into, you know, there's no reason to go into too much crazy detail if you don't need to or don't want to. And the biggest part about this, I think, is the, you know, coloring. So, you know, my suggestion, which I have said this many times, is stamp a bunch of images out. You know, stamp a bunch of images, and then you can color those images while you're listening to a podcast or watching television or whatever the case may be. And so closed, it's 3.5 by 5. Yeah, it's 3.5 by 5, technically. Yeah, it is a fun, crafty group, Mary. Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. In fact, I went in there thinking I was going to make 2, and then I found out the price, and I realized the price was because they're giving you these handmade pottery pieces that you can put the candle in. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to make 1. I would have loved to have made 2, though. That would have been so much fun. All right, so now I'm just going to start cranking out some color. And we're going to just keep using the same colors over and over. Yeah, but that's why I like 4-bar. So what does everybody have planned for this weekend? Anything fun? Oh, thanks, Melissa. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot, and I actually enjoyed the idea of being challenged like that. So that was really cool. That was really cool. And thank you for watching. That was, I'm sure that Mary appreciated that also. You don't really... Oh, PJB. Ah, that's funny. Hey, Janine. How are you? You were nervous? Oh, need to get back to crocheting an Afghan you're working on. Going to a new craft art project this weekend. Good for you, Mary. That sounds super fun. I started doing a little bit. I've got a crochet or cross stitch pattern that I'm working on, and I've been working on it for quite a while, but it's a very intricate pattern, so it's going to take me a while. And I am okay with that because then it just keeps me busy. So, and keeps me not snacking. Well, I shouldn't say that. It hasn't really kept me from snacking that much. I'm still doing plenty of snacking. Plenty of snacking. All right. I can hear the boys out in, and the boys, by the boys I mean the cats. I can hear them out there. They're tearing into something. But this is the risk I take by crafting or going live when James is not here. But that's the way it goes. So I know they're wrestling, so that's part of it. And I think they're just chasing each other around. And that's okay, but oh my goodness. Those boys keep me on my toes. Oh, you've only submitted twice. Well, hey, that's okay, Janine. That was my first submission. I actually had not watched the show before, so you're good with that, hunkering down out of the cold. It has been chilly, so I understand that process. It is cold here, too. Yep, something just fell. I have no idea. Oh, you know, they were so good really all morning, and now I can hear them out there causing all kinds of destruction, and that's just, I guess, the way it is right now. And they know Mom's busy. It's like toddlers. It's like toddlers. So what are you going to do, right? I'm with y'all right now, so hopefully it's nothing that will, like, eat away my floor, or I know none of them are hurt. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. Because I'd hear about that, that's for sure. Okay, let's do that. Oops. Even you heard that, Mary? Oh, golly. We're finally out of lockdown, so I booked at a restaurant for lunch. Oh, good for you, Pauline. You enjoy every bit of that. That's wonderful. I'm glad y'all are out of lockdown. It's been rough for some, so I'm glad that y'all aren't doing that anymore. Hopefully it just means everything just goes away and gets better. That would be nice, right? All right. Those boys, oh my goodness, I'm telling you. Gonna be the death of me. No, probably not. I love them. I'm not anxious to go see what they busted up, but that's okay. No, it's fine. They're fine. I'm not going to go run and check. It's okay. It's probably... So they like to jump on my mantle, which bugs the heck out of me, but they like to jump on my mantle and knock down some of my like trees and things that I have up on the mantle. So that's them for you. I should be moving a little quicker, is what I should be doing, but I'm having fun coloring and chatting with you. So let's color up some gumballs. Or it could be the vacuum. Maybe the vacuum knocked something down. I'm going to go with this boys, but that's okay. Glaring at each other with Mom's going to get mad look. Oh, yeah. Quite possible. And I'll tell you who the culprit usually is. It's Miles. Miles can't help himself, for sure. He just can't. Okay. So now, oh yeah. Actually, it could be the vacuum. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Now we'll come in with a little bit more gray and add a little bit of shadowing to the jars. Just going quick here. Okay, oh, up here. our sign. Oh, he does look so innocent, I'm telling you, and that's why he gets away with so much, because he just can. He just can. He has that little personality. All right, and that's going to cover it, I think. That, well, here, forgot about this part. Okay, that's going to cover it. So that's our coloring. Let me zoom back out. You can see the mess of colors that I used. And basically all I did was match those up to the paper pad that I was using. So there's that. Yeah, so many details in a stamp set. And you could go crazy with, like, you know, adding a lot of shadowing and shading, but I don't think that's very necessary. Ooh, nor'easter heading this way. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay. So then I'm going to show you the rest of the pieces. Thanks, Kitty. I know I love this stamp set, Janine. I know, thank you. I love the gumball machine. That's probably one of my favorites. So what I did is I cut out using, let me bring in the stamps, or the dies. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. What I love about this 4-bar die set is that it does have some layers you can do. So you've got 3 different layers. One will cover the full front of a 4-bar. And then, so I used the second to largest one, and I cut these out of our Love Dani paper. So I've got 4 of those. And I've got some things all already set aside. So let's go ahead and get started with our first one. Okay, so I want that in there. I want this in there. And I'm just going to make it like he's standing behind there. And I may have him hold something up for, maybe like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. But this is going to be super simple. And then we'll put our You Make Life Sweet. But I think what I want to do with that is I want to back it with some, like a black strip. Thanks, Janine. I try to be fairly quick, especially for stuff like this, since, you know, y'all didn't come to hang out for hours. Or maybe you did. Maybe you got time. I'd love to hang out with y'all for hours. So I'm just going to cut out a little black strip and then I can cut it down. I just want that to be popped up a little bit. But I like how the sentiment can be. Somebody ran off with my paper scissors. Good thing I have an extra pair. Me too. Me too, Melissa. Thanks, everybody. Very punny. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's start putting these down. You could use some foam tape. I may use a little foam tape for parts of it. We'll see. Let's see how big our sentiment is. Put that up fairly high. And then pop that down. So I didn't make these ahead of time, but I did prep ahead of time. I try to do that a lot of, you know, just to, I'm up for a couple hours, but have a chiro appointment today. Oh, that sounds like sweet relief, right? Gotta love those. Okay, and then I am going to pop this up. We'll pop it up, why not? I just cleaned my scissors, so hopefully they will work properly. So far, so good. Hey, Ziamara, how are you? Yeah, I like the two-tone striped paper as well, and I like that it's all in rainbow. And one thing I discovered today, because I didn't realize, which is a shame, is that it matches the embellishments really, really well. Like it, I mean, it's like they're made for each other. So obviously that's great planning by Trinity, but I just love that. And on the back, you've got your little two-tone hearts, which are fun too. Okay, so let's have him carry, maybe he can hold this little bag. Like he's handing you the bag. Okay. And then some little embellishments will help that. But here we go. Here's our base. Again, this measures 7 inches by 5 inches. And so then you're going to score that at 3.5 inches. So total, it'll be 3.5 by 5 inches all closed up. And that is such a great size to just add a little, you know, something in there. And then look at that. I like it. May add our embellishments more at the end once I've got everything done. So there's one. I want to add the thank you to the inside. So you make life sweet, and we'll put thank you for your kindness. Let's do thanks for everything. How about that? Let's do this one. And that one. Actually, I don't want this one. I want, and I love it because you got so many choices in here. It's like, that's so much. Now I just need a stamp block. Yeah, chiropractic is great if you can do it. Our insurance doesn't cover it, but I have gone out of pocket a few times and done that because it's great if you can do it. Here, let's do. And I forgot to mention that I stamped all of these out using some Blackout ink by Ink on 3. Okay. Boop, boop. So there's the first one. It does need some embellishment, but we're going to set this one off to the side, and then I'll bring them all in. All right, next one we're going to do is going to be more vertical. And I want the Sweet Shop piece to be at the top. Oops, and then this to be down here. And then let's pick like our red, yellow, and blue. How about that? Okay. And then these are all going to be popped up. Not yet, Melissa, but that's a great idea. I hope that, and I will pass that information on, because that is a wonderful idea to have super sentimental for sympathy. I'm sure she's probably tracking that because it's, yeah, that's a great, great idea. Do y'all ever have stuff in your craft room that is like completely covered with embossing powder just sticking to everything? Because I do. Okay. Oh, good for you, PJB. That's got to be such a relief, honestly. That's great. Well, Miles is in here, so maybe Max is stuck in a bedroom. That could be. He likes to close the door. I don't think he means to. He just does it. That's what you do. And so then it makes it terrifying to leave, so I try to close all the doors except the one that gets them, you know, all the... This is plenty. That's good. Or glitter. What are we talking about? Just found out. Especially if it works, yes. Yep, it does. It does add up, that's for sure. Or glitter. Glitter would be good. All right. Let's add this down. Yep. All right, and then my secret, not that that's actually very straight on there, but my secret for, you know, if you're going to try and center pieces like this would be to center your middle one first and then work around it. And then this would be fun with some embellishments as well. All right, let me grab another base. Starting to get crazy in here with all the stuff all over the table. Okay. Oh, they're very entertaining on the regular. And then at night, well, before I go to bed, they just sleep, 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 because all they do is mess around during the day. Yep. Craft room covered in stuff like stuff. Oh, yes. Yes, that's what you meant, Mary. Yes. Oh, golly. Well, we have a bit of that too, because once you use it. Okay, so I'm going to do the same stamps again for that one. Should just keep it on there, I guess, huh? Nope, let's not stamp it upside down. Do you clean as you go or wait until you're... That's a great question. Good one, Melissa. Okay, so honestly, I tend to not... depends on what I'm doing. Because I make so many videos, I have to try and at least make sure that this area is clean, so I try to clean as I go. Not always very successful at that. Okay, so there's another one. We'll pull those out to do embellishments here in a bit. But let's pull out our next one, which I wanted to do some thank yous for these. So, how did I have that planned? So I went ahead, like I said, already die cut things out to just save a little bit of time. Oh, I remember now. Okay. And I just stamped these out of white and black. Splattered with ink. Yes, it's funny you say that, splattered with ink. Because I was looking at something in the craft room, like, what is that? Turns out it's white paint, and it's a permanent white paint. And I'm like, well, I guess if it's anywhere in like a 3-foot radius, it's likely to get covered with something like paint. That's so funny. Okay. Since I did that without reverse tweezers, okay, so there's that one. That one's going to go with this one. Now I remember. And for these, I am going to use the reverse tweezers simply because otherwise I'll just have a mess all over my hands. All right. And once you get the idea of these cards down, think of the possibilities with the different stamp sets that you have, or maybe the ones that you're like purchasing soon, or even when you go to purchase, you can look at like, oh, how much longevity or what can I get out of this? And like a stamp set like this, I think is super fun for a bunch of thank yous, or I love you, or Valentine's, or, you know, since we're heading in that direction. But yeah. Okay, well that didn't work. I think it's because I have glue on my fingers now. So that's why it's sticking to that. You clean as you go. Glitter is an outside activity. I haven't heard that, but that's probably wise information. I definitely have plenty of it around here. Why do you clean as you go? Put stuff that's kept out on your desk. Yeah, that's clever. That's good. That's good. Well, and it also seems like because I'm constantly, you know, doing videos or whatnot, trying to keep up on the schedule that I have, my room is a mess. My husband's like, I'll help you organize it. And then I'm like, well, why now when we're moving in a few months? So, whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. Maybe one of these days. Okay. Oh, hardwood on, oh, paint on the hardwood. So there's in a dilemma now that you mention that, Melissa, because we're toying with the idea of when we move back here. So we have hardwood throughout most of the house, but the bedrooms have carpet, and the carpet's kind of, you know, it needs to definitely be cleaned pretty often. And we're thinking of just doing hardwood throughout the rest of the house, because we've done that at a previous house and we loved it. Yes, it might get cold at times, but we just preferred it that way. It helped with allergies and things. And, you know, when we have animals, it just helped with that too. So we're toying with that idea, but then I'm thinking, oh boy, in the craft room, is that such a great idea? Did we know you're moving? You may have. I've mentioned it, but you may not have remembered, and that's okay too. We're moving just 4 hours away, so that'll be nice. And we are keeping this house, so that is nice too. We're just gonna have to rent it. Okay, so I've decided that's going there. And with the rest of these, I'm just going to randomly put them on my background, because why not? Should probably have some of them coming off of the background a little bit too. So there's another way. I stamped all those images and we're going to use every last one of them. You miss carpeting, Mary? See, I didn't when we lived in the other house. I didn't miss it at all. Maybe it was because the kids were little and it just seemed like we had messes all the time on the carpet. And, you know, we had a dog, and so I didn't ever miss it once we got rid of it. And then it seemed like my son's allergies got better, so that was a plus. Tile the craft room. Oh, that's a good idea, Mary. That's not a bad idea at all, actually. Because that'd be way easier to clean. So, yeah. Oof. I'm going to save a lollipop for, I guess I can do this one. Here, we'll do that. Oh, that one's already down. That's already down. They're all already down. Okay, and then we'll save that one for the middle. And then I can cut these down. This spring we are taking up your carpet and having the hardwood floors underneath all refinished. Oh yeah, that is going to be quite a project. That's why we're thinking we'll do it before we move back in. But, oh, there you go. You wouldn't want carpet again, Janine? Yeah, I understand it. I do. I do. Sometimes the carpet on the feet is nice, but especially when it's cold out, which it is around here right now. So, you know what? I'm going to pop this up. So, I mean, we're already here for 30 minutes. What's a little bit longer? Because these last ones, and I may just embellish after I get off, and then I will post pictures so you can see what we did. or what I did afterwards. Gonna run out of foam squares. But I just, just have to. Need one more. All right. And I'm trying to move fast so I don't lose y'all, but oh, don't have glass around. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense too. Oh, the things to think about. Okay. Let me set this on there so I know where to put my U. Okay. Ooh, I like this one. I didn't think I'd like this one as much in my head anyway, and I thought, well, we'll just do it because we'll have all the extra pieces, but I think I love this one. I think I love it. And then I did have this little piece, though, as I lose it. So I'll just stick it on there. Yeah, I didn't think about the glass. Ooh, no, especially not in a craft room. Yeah, you don't want that in a craft. Note to self, let it dry before you actually, maybe I didn't put glue on it. There we go. Okay. Flip it over. Tell you what, I'm gonna have a lot of these little pieces just around my craft room too, huh? There we go. Okay, another base. Might as well just get these last two bases ready. Use sheet vinyl. Oh, that's a good idea. Hard like tile, it's inexpensive, so you can, when it gets nasty, you just, oh, that's not a bad idea at all, Carol. Look at y'all giving me all these great redecorating ideas for when we move back. I love it. My husband will love it too. Maybe he won't. I don't know. Oh yeah, I hit that thumbs up. And y'all know I go live on my channel on Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern time, so 4 p.m. Central time. Oh, I like that one. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, and then our last one, I just want our little guy to, he's trying to get a gumball. This one will definitely need some embellishment in my mind. Ooh, I have a little bit of foam tape left, so let's use it. Why not? Just a few of them. So I'll have to dig into another stash for the rest of these pieces. Use this one. Because this all is about the same size. Maybe it's not. Guess I'll find out here shortly, won't I? I think it's about the same thickness. Okay. We're about there, kids. That's good enough. But I did also, before I finished all this off, I wanted to show you making the envelope very quickly. It's pretty self-explanatory, but just in case anybody is curious about that. Let's put our thanks. Well, these ones might be a little thinner. That's okay. All right. Ooh, how cute. Yeah, it definitely needs an embellishment. Or two. Or 5. So I'm going to do that off camera, but I'll try and get a picture posted of how we do that. And then we can stamp some of our little Cozy Bear things on the inside, because we've got You're the Sweetest and You Make Life Sweet, and I think that those would work really well. I think I'm going to do You're the Sweetest on both of these on the inside, just because I really like that. But yeah, they definitely need embellishment, I think. Or maybe I've just grown so accustomed to embellishing everything that... Where's that suggestion when you needed it? Thank you, Janine. Appreciate that. Thanks, PJB. Good luck at the chiropractor. Okay, there we go. We've got all 4 of them. And now I'm going to show you an envelope really quickly. So all you do is you're going to cut out a couple of the side pieces and one big piece from our die. And it gives all the score lines you're going to need. And then again, as I always say, if you're going to put together your own envelopes, definitely use something very strong to hold them together, because the last thing you want after you have gone to all this effort of making an envelope and a pretty card is for it to fall apart in the mail. So definitely use a strong adhesive. I choose to use liquid adhesive for that, but you could go nutso really and just do both. You could use like a score tape and the liquid glue, and that baby's never coming apart. So that is one way to do it. Maybe, who knows, maybe I'll start doing that, because I just want to make sure that these cards make it, you know? Okay, so then we're going to, I like to do a little bit of glue on both. Put that together. And this is just regular cardstock that I've used this time. You've seen me a lot of times use like that specialty paper, and I love doing that. But this, you know, obviously will work just fine. It'll go through the mail. And, oh, thanks, Kitty. Yeah. Oh, well, Carol, I did plan most of it out, and I had a lot of it cut and ready, so that's, you know, that's part of it. So here's your little envelope. It closes like so. And then you can put your little card in there. I tried to pick colors that would match. Check that out. Works lovely. And I went at, see, this is one thing I did do. I made envelopes for all of them. So I've got a matching envelope for all of my little cards here. And like I said, I'm going to put embellishments on these, so keep an eye out for the final picture of all of them. Miracles. I love y'all. You always overthink things. Takes you forever to make one. Oh, well, if you knew, so I had so many ideas in my head about what I really wanted to do. Originally, I was just going to make a slimline and make a scene, and I thought, well, that's fun, but I really want to use the 4-bar, and so here's 4 cards using all of those images from that stamp set. So, you know, here you go. Here's a thought for these bigger stamp sets like these. You can do it, and you know, look through your stash even and see other maybe Trinity stamps sets that you have that you can do that with as well. Yeah, thank you. I like how they all match too. I love matchy-matchy. So thanks, Pauline. I appreciate that. Thanks, Melissa. Y'all are too kind. Yay! I'm so matching envelopes. Wow, what an awesome set of cards and envelopes. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. Well, I have kept y'all much longer than I am technically supposed to here on this site. If it were over on mine, I would just keep chatting with you. So I'm going to get going, but just remember how loved y'all are, and just go off and be amazingly creative like I know that you all are. And thank you for hanging out with me today. So come see me on my channel over on Friday. I will see you later on. Bye, everybody.